Boom! And welcome to Benchmonster TV.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condre.
And I am the Bench Monster. How is everybody doing this evening?
Hope you guys have had a good week. Thank you for joining us once again.
Yeah, not sure how many people are going to be viewing our show this evening. There's a lot going on.
Other more exciting things to watch going on right now.
Well, I don't know if it's exciting, but it's nail biting.
Nail-biting.
Everybody's watching something else probably. But anyway, we're going to do some things on here regardless.
Yes, we are.
And I think we're going to start off with a little bit of Ashley's lifting, because we always do that when we start the show. Because she
I need to get some lifter spotlight again. I know I've been so busy that I haven't had as much time to be on social media or be combing through the internet. So that's why it's easier to just get the stuff I'm doing.
She works 3 jobs.
If you count powerlifting.
I count powerlifting as a job too.
But I do work 2 jobs. Yeah. So I do something all day during the day, and then 4 nights a week I have a job coaching in the evening. So
yeah, my sugar mama
takes a lot of my time, so I haven't had as much time to play on the internet and get the videos. Well, I'll get some more lifter spotlight. I don't know.
That's what Sundays are for.
But I just kind of realized I haven't done that in a while. Right. And that was a pretty
cool I'm at fault too, because I can do this. I can do lifter spotlight too, but I got a lot of things going on my end. I like to get videos on here of some benching, because that's my favorite thing to do, and whatever else I decide to post. So. But we're going to discuss a little bit today, deload workouts. Why are they needed? Do you need one? Who knows? We're going to talk about that after we view Ashley's workouts here, because I did a deload workout this week, and I'll explain why when we get there.
That's
why I need that, because of the level that I'm training at and what I'm doing. It's just worked for me in the past, and maybe people won't agree with me on why I deload, but it got me to where I am, and it will take me to where I need to go again if I follow the same pattern, I believe. I'm excited about it. So I got to listen to my body and do what I got to do. That being said, what are we going to look at first?
It looks like...
It looks like a squat. Not the big squat.
Okay.
Which is fresh out of the frying pan.
Yeah,
30 minutes ago.
Just got done with it.
Rushed home from the gym, and I said, you got to put that on the show. So we got her big squat after her.
It was a PR, and then it was another. So we went over my meet last week, right? I had just competed 2 weeks ago, and I hit a PR, my goal bench that I have been wanting to hit for years and years and years, which was 350. And when I did it, I totally knew I had more in the tank. So I was determined to go back. This last week or 2 has been just kind of playing and doing whatever I want. Before I go back to serious training where my coach writes me programs and I follow it. So the other day when I was squatting, I was determined to beat what I got at the meet, because I knew I had more in the tank. So this first video is going to be where I beat it the first time. So this first one, I believe, is my 360 squat.
360 squat.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the meet, I got 352.
52.
And I knew I had more, so on Sunday.
Oh, I believe it.
I think it was when I did my heavy squat, I was feeling pretty good, so it seemed like a good day to try to beat it.
Yeah, and I was there.
And then today I was feeling really good.
Yeah, if we had more time, it was 6:20.
I know.
30 minutes ago, and she wanted to take
more time. I think I could have.
Yeah, you could have taken 2 more. Okay, well, let's look at your squat here.
So this is 360. So this was a PR. This was a training PR.
Training PR is good.
It beats my meet PR. Because my meet PR I just got 2 weeks ago, which was 352.
What are you weighing there? 129, 130?
Yeah, 132, but I'm back to that range.
Okay, now
within that 132, 33.
When you came over to me tonight and said I need to come over and squat, how much compared to you? 900? Or no, it's deadlift.
No, it was squat. It was the other day.
Yeah. You came over and said,
or was it deadlift?
I don't know. I don't like to hear it. I'm tired of hearing that shit. You come over and you tell me, oh, you'd have to squat.
Oh, yeah. No, it was yesterday deadlift. It was
deadlift.
You would have had to do
900 and
a little over 900 and then put a chain on it.
Because you're doing 3 times your body weight, right?
I had 400 bar weight and a chain, which
well,
that's the next video.
I'm 312 today, so that would be over 900. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you're 312, because I was doing that math based off if you were weighing 300.
Yeah,
if you're
up.
312.
I'm big and I'm gonna get bigger.
312.
Look at mathematician over here. on her iPhone. What is it?
936.
936 deadlift.
Plus a chain.
Plus a chain.
A 20-pound chain.
Yeah, I got that. I got that nowhere near coming off the ground. Now, hot off the press, this squat right here was done 40 minutes ago.
So because this is the last time that I could kind of play around, I'm getting back on my like strategic training where I got to follow a plan. I start that again on Sunday. So I knew this was my last squat day.
To have
doing
fun.
whatever I wanted. Yep, because Cody and Josh are doing my programming.
Okay.
And so this new one starts on Sunday.
And you're
And so I'm super excited. I'm super excited to start my next new like training program, but I knew it was going to be my last chance to play around and do another max single, and I knew I could beat what I did on Sunday.
This training that you're starting Sunday is the one that leads you into the Arnold Classic, correct?
I mean,
that's the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that? 4, 8, 12, 16 weeks, something like that?
Something
right
like
around the corner.
They have it all laid out.
Okay. So
they do the thinking.
How much is this again?
It's wonderful. I love it.
I can count plates.
So this is 370.
370.
Like I said, I knew this was going to be my last year. I know it's kind of questionable to max out 2 workouts in a row, or to PR 2 workouts in a row, but like I said, I knew this was going to be my last chance, and I felt really good today. So this is 370. See, I got to put the quarters on today. 3 plates and a quarter. Yeah.
Now, if you would have had another hour, you probably could have gone 75, 85 because you had more in the tank.
I totally think I could
have.
So
whatever you're doing is working.
It's feeling really good.
Yeah.
Dude, he's brilliant. Like the way that he laid out my training program. Like,
a lot of volume.
I've just never had a better like.
Can we say
everything just went really
training?
Good. I felt really good.
Your training block that you just did prior to this contest consisted of a lot of volume. I didn't see you do singles too much. Did I?
Got to doubles.
Doubles. Okay.
Well, that was the cool thing was there was a ton of volume, but I also never stopped doing like significant, like never stopped putting heavy weight on my back or having it in my hands.
Right.
I'd have a day where it was volume, 6 or 7 sets of 10 to 12, but then I still got to do a day where I would do like 5 or 6 sets of doubles or triples or whatever at a at a weight that I could do. We used what's called RIR, reps in reserve. So I'd be at like
RIR,
like a RIR of 2, meaning I pick a weight and do it for 6 doubles that I where I'm leaving 2 reps left in the tank.
RIR, as many reps as possible.
Or 1 rep in the tank. It's the same thing. It's just the opposite of
Those aren't acronyms. I know. I know TREN and TEST.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic. Next one. What are we doing? Bench? My favorite.
So again, this is like the week or 2 where I get to like play around and do whatever I want. So
bench.
I chose to put on a bench shirt.
You have a shirt on this one?
Yeah.
You sure do, and it's an Inzer shirt.
It is an Inzer shirt.
Yeah.
This shirt's got to be like 20 years old.
2002 actually.
18.
Yeah,
okay.
And still has it.
It's 18 years old.
Hey, Inzer,
it belonged to one of Ryan's
Inzer.
ex-girlfriends, and no, not Kara, a different one.
One of my previous wives. Anyway, it works though.
Gross. And
what is that?
It's pretty stretched out, but it still gives me a good 20. Like this is 210.
210. Now that's a single poly.
It's given me a little something.
I was impressed.
I really wish I could do it without that fucking shirt on.
Hey.
Sorry, freaking shirt on.
Yeah, it was nice to see you in a shirt.
I was impressed. It's pretty fun to play
around
around in between, like the week after a meet where you get to kind of do whatever you want. It's fun.
And who adjusted that shirt and got that by pulling the sleeves down and setting it? Mr. Benchmonster himself.
You want your pat on the back?
Yes, thank you.
And here's your cookie.
Cookie? Oh, yeah.
Cookie.
All right, Ash Deadlift.
Yay.
Now, this is a good one. This is the one where you came over and rubbed it in my face.
Yes, this is.
What day was this?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Oh, so I was doing biceps. Yeah. I was getting the guns ready here.
So that was the other cool thing was I did this yesterday and then I still felt really good when I was squatting today and hit a PR.
How you doing it?
Like everything.
How are you able to train at that near
things
maximum
are just
weight?
laid out and I'm recovering better and like you said I hadn't like until the meet I hadn't done any just 1 rep maxing out,
which might be a good thing.
I was going heavy and I was getting pretty close to a 1 rep max,
but you didn't go all out. Okay,
but I never like blew my load. Like everything was pretty regulated.
And I remember during that training cycle how you had a program to follow on your phone, and you were a certain amount of prescribed reps and sets, and you always wanted to do one more. And I said, "What? Stick to the program." I was trying to help. I don't know anything.
I know.
Okay, deadlift.
Your words, not mine, but I agree.
What is this, like a 400 and a chain?
This is 400 bar weight and one chain.
Yeah, and it's my chains. So yeah, my chain, 5 foot in length and 20 pounds
I had more
exactly.
In the tank, but my goal was this for this day.
Have these chains since 2002, and here you go. My favorite lift.
So, like, if I get another day to do whatever I want, I would beat this.
That's good to me.
Gets heavier as it gets to the top, so it's a little.
Well, that chain unloading off the ground, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, impressive.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I predict big things at the Arnold Classic for you.
Hope, like, as long as I can, like, stay injury free.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Live smart and be smart. And everything will come together.
I hope so.
When's the Arnold? First weekend of March still? Technically?
I think it's supposed to be. I don't think anything's changed. You're the one that said that you thought it.
Hey, at the Portland meet, somebody was saying that the Arnold was going to be switched to June. I heard it. I remember it. I don't know who told me it, but
I hope not. I'm planning for March.
For March,
and like as long as I stay injury free and.
Right. And have you got your invite for that? Dan Dag send you anything?
He told me. Well, I emailed him in the summer and asked him if the Arnold Classic if the Arnold last year qualified me for
Absolutely.
this year.
Well, you're grand champion.
And he said yes,
Yeah.
and that I didn't have to fill out a qualification thing. I just needed to wait till there was an entry out. But then at this last meet, this I guess was also an Arnold qualifier, and I qualified again, so I should be like set on both fronts.
Nice.
But I had checked just because I didn't know what was going to be happening with meets this year. So I was like, okay, if I can't do another meet, and so it was kind of nice to know that, regardless.
Right.
But no, I do need to keep an eye out for a registration though. I don't know. I can't remember when it came out.
Are we going out there for 5 days again and hang out with Louis?
We didn't have enough time.
No, it just went by too quick.
I think we need to try to get another day or two.
Another day or two
this year.
Yeah. We gotta go to that restaurant place with Hoff again.
I know.
Oh.
And like we had so much this time. We gotta spend more time with Louis.
Well, we're gonna have to go to Louis' house. If he ain't coming to the gym, then we gotta go knock on his freaking door and sit on his couch. Because that 5 days I got 10 minutes of him.
Yeah.
Come on,
you
Louis.
Get to drink his coffee.
I drank Louis' coffee. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
After he left.
He bought our
breakfast.
Our
okay.
breakfast.
Let's move in.
For my videos.
Yeah, my video.
Super stoked on my squad.
Okay, so I got a little deadlift max efforts bench session we had the other evening. I did not do too much. Reason why I'm deloading is because I have spent the last 3 weeks going 900 to 1,040, and usually when I do that type of exercise regimen, usually the third or fourth week I always tone it back. Now, a deload could consist of many things. It could be 315 to 405 for some sets and reps, and then triceps, of course, will be done. But it could be 4-board press with light band. What I try to do is alleviate the amount of strain that I apply on my front delts. It's not necessarily, well, I'm sure it is somewhat of a central nervous system breakdown when you handle 1,000 pounds multiple times, weeks in a row, be it on a 3-board, 2-board, whatever the case may be. But I have found my success rate to be two weeks over $1,000 for multiple reps and sets, and the third week just toning it all back. I know it kind of pisses away a whole max effort workout, but you know what? It worked for me in the past, and I think the reason why I did that in the past because I was doing multiple meets per year, so up to seven meets a year. So this is it might change somewhat between now and hopefully Tiny Meeker's contest. Everything comes together. I might do something a little different, but still the same. This little deload workout here, we'll talk through it because I have to cut the audio out because there's heavy metal music in the background and it's all kinds of copyright strikes we get. So I got to cut the volume out. Wish we could have the volume and live in a free society where YouTube wouldn't penalize me for playing videos with music, but that's the way it works. So let's roll into this deload workout. Now, technically, I'm the only one doing the deload here somewhat, so I am not doing too much to show off here. Just going with a little bit of repetition work. I tell you this, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I was feeling poppy that day. I wasn't too sure what I would have on a deload workout, but 315 felt like 135, and that was a good sign. So here we have Jacob, who still wearing the elbow sleeves. I don't know why he's having to wear those anymore. He needs to rip those off his arms. So I'm only the plan was to stay at 315, 3 sets of 10, but 315 wasn't feeling like very much, and so I wanted to go 405. Nate Brandon Horse here with 405.
Wow, that looked really easy. Jeez.
Good control.
Well, looked really easy.
So I'm not supposed to do 405, but you know what? I want to see what it feels like. I was like, 315 felt good. Let's see what 405 does. I just wanted to toss it around a little bit. Probably could have done 20 reps, but you got to save a little bit in the tank for next week. Got to do 1,000 for reps off a 1 or 2 board next week, so I got to reserve a little bit of strength there. I train with strong people.
You sure do. He's really strong.
See who we got here, Jacob. I'm going to rip these elbow sleeves off. I noticed this in the video. His elbows are not hurting, so he doesn't need to wear those anymore. Not a big fan of elbow sleeves, I'm sorry. Wrist straps and a belt, maybe.
I want to get a pair of elbow sleeves really bad.
I know you want elbow sleeves, but I've never worn them. There you go, 405. Great lift.
Wow.
Rob Gormus here putting on the dark side slingshot. A little bit of 5 plates. Love those dark side slingshots. Atlas. I call it a bumblebee. I'm sure it's got a different name, but it looks like a bumblebee to me, so. And the nuclear green Atlas that I have. Three-man handoffs are important. Like Gormus here going 585, 605, 620, something right there. Rob Gormus working his way back up. Oh boy. Jacob, had to talk him into this one. 585. We wanted a 2 board, but somebody forgot to bring it over from the other gym, so I said, well, do it on a 3 board. And at that level, that slingshot really doesn't work too much at a 3 board, so works a little bit, but he had to grind this one out. There you go. There you go. Didn't quit. Not too shabby there, son. One of my favorite assistant exercises, floor press with chains, hands next to smooth. This is used to be the bread and butter of my workout when I was going for the 800-pound bench press. A lot of floor pressing. Best floor press was 520 bar weight and 200 chain. And that was on road to the Arnold. That's 315 and 20, 40, 60, 80 chain. Each one of those chains is 20 pounds. There's 120 chain and 225. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, will build your lockout. I think we kept the rep range 5 sets of 5, something like that. I don't know if I get every one of them in there. This is a tough one here. 315 and 120 pound of chain. Hands next to smooth. Not too bad. Probably could have gone up in weight a little bit, but little Smith machine tricep extensions here.
They're kind of cool.
Lot of tricep exercises in this family. I think we did 5-6 sets here. Try to take advantage of as many different angles and keep switching these exercises around every 2 weeks. But sometimes we don't know what gym we're going to train at. So you make do with the equipment that you have. And this Smith machine came in handy. Football bar, and that's an average band right there. We kind of choked him around the back of the Forza. Greatest bench press ever made. And it's not a lot of weight. Yeah, those are 5s, but that green band is a son of a bitch. And we did a couple sets with that. Did some seated dumbbells and finished it off with some high rep push downs. And that concluded that workout.
You guys are really strong.
Hey, we're strong because we train hard and we are smart people in the gym. And everybody that I work with is strong.
Yeah.
And it's a nice thing to have when you have training partners that show up and want to take this abuse. And it's kind of a gang. I don't know if that's the right word, or clan. That's what Louis would say. But anyway, so very limited videos from this kid. That's all I got. You know, I'm sure nobody wants to see my bicep workout. Probably not. My box.
Didn't stop you last time.
Well, it was just like
People want to see your squat workout though.
I've toned the squats down because bench is more important right now. And the only reason I filmed that bicep workout because Larry Wheels and Lou Ray Walker were doing some strict curls, and I thought we'd go for a strict curl thing, but we would probably tear our biceps off, and damn near felt like it when I did 175 strict curl. So, let's move on to the chat box, Miss Ashley. Do you need these glasses? Yeah, I ain't got much to show it. Hey,
Man.
Everybody's watching TV about this counting the vote shit, and probably everybody's into that. You want to put these on?
No.
No?
Do I need them?
I don't know. You look good in them. Is it blurry?
Actually, I can.
Well,
I can see it from here.
Well, don't. Can you really?
What's the website to order the slingshot you use? Yeah, which I can't. Oh, okay. No, I can do it with it.
Wait,
I guess
don't F your eyes up. Oh, this is John Smith, the slingshot I use. Dark Side Ironwear slingshot. And I believe if you go to Facebook and look for John Ellick or Google Dark Side Ironwear, he has a website. And I was just on it this past week because I was seeing what band shirts he would have on there, and I did not see any band shirts, so I had to text him. The best way to get a hold of John Ellick is on Facebook. And if you go there and search the search box, John Elick, you'll go to his picture and you'll see Dark Side Ironwear, and tell him Ryan Kennelly sent you, and he will take care of you. And get the nuclear green Atlas. It's my favorite, and it's pretty extreme though. So I don't know the Bumblebee or the old school black and gray. I mean, I got them all, and I love them all. So as you saw that video, we saw the black and yellow one. We saw the black and gray one. I didn't put on the nuclear green, but that might be on next week. We'll see. Nathan Brandenhorst has a question. Read.
Old man, does that shirt come in men's sizes?
This is a 2X.
And we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a 2X, and I'm just big. Hey, I just weighed at the gym 312.
That wasn't all. Ashley, great job with your last meet. No more sandbagging your squats, though. What's next for you? Thank you very much. I know. I wish I would have realized like how much I could sweat. It would have been way cooler to get 370 at that last meet. But I think probably the Arnold is probably what's next. I'll start training for that, and that will probably be my next meet. Is the Arnold. Hopefully they get to have it. You don't think that'll get messed with again this year, do you?
Well, if this new president takes over, and he's going to shut down the country for another year.
Why
so
Mark Henry?
because he's an asshole.
How does that have to do with Biden?
It just looks like him, and I just want to punch him. Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
Thank
this
you,
shirt
Nate.
has a V-neck. I have a problem right now with shirts like are choking me, and I'm not. I have to cut them off. So something that I have a panic attack. Like I don't like things around my neck.
Is that what you like?
Yeah, like the V or like no neck. So I put this on because I thought it was very elegant and it's very respectful, and I don't look like a
And
heathen savage.
Your boobs look nice.
Yeah, rub those again.
That got creepy
Okay.
quick.
Yeah, it's a nice fit though. It's yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I didn't see it going that direction.
Well, you never know what I'm saying, and
Uh.
it's live, so you can't cut that out. Can't edit this shit, so you're done. Okay, continue on, Miss
All
Ashley.
right. Thank you, Nathan. Alex Estrada. Ryan, did you ever get the idea of going after the raw bench record? What are you doing?
I'm measuring my neck.
Okay.
It's getting bigger.
Ryan, did you ever get the idea of going after the raw bench record after Scott Mendelson broke and set it, and no had the raw and equipped record, and now
Well, he had
You
the
know-
raw
you-
and equipped. Yeah, he
you
had
know what it's trying to say.
715. He had, and he had the whatever shirted bench. I did consider it, but at the time I was doing quite well with the Inzer Phenom, like so well. All I cared about was I don't remember the time I decided I was going to go after it was when I did 1074 because I had a 7+ bench in me that day, and if I would have took it, it would have happened, and then Inzer would have probably been pissed, and then I wouldn't send me shirts anymore or something. So I opted just to keep slamming out big benches, and there was a time and place though, and woulda, coulda, shoulda, but I just didn't really care at that time because 1,074 bench is what I hit. It was April 2007. 367 pounds, and I was just all I cared about was taking that bench to up to close to 1,100, and that was my passion. And but it was always in the back of my mind, and I honestly think I could have done it. I don't know about 770, but 715 was achievable at one time. Next question, please.
Sean Tivald.
Nice
I've
cigar
been
man.
squatting in secret. Happily took 500 for 3 to a lower box. No wraps in my loose Predator briefs and dark side belt. Love that thing. Hopefully I can wrap knees next Tuesday. Haven't in 8 years. Wow. Yeah, I love wraps. I think you'll be super happy when you put your wraps on. They're really, really uncomfortable. Like they hurt, but if you can get used to that.
Send me a video,
They
see, and I'll
just
put it
make
on the
whole
show.
Feel so much better if you haven't done it in 8 years. Although it will feel different. Like I went a long time with the first time I went a long time without using my wraps, and I was just in knee sleeves the whole time. I thought that I was gonna put the wraps on and it was just instantly gonna feel super easy, and it feels really different. Somebody warned me that it does feel different, so just kind of be ready for it to feel a little different. I'd start a little lighter than you maybe think you need to, and then just work your way up.
Knee wraps?
Yeah, because he's talking about how he hasn't worn knee wraps in 8 years.
Well,
And then they're a little different.
don't let me wrap your
I
knees.
know they're a little bit different, so you want to get back into them somewhat slow. In my opinion, not that I'm an expert. That's what I found. I remember thinking that it was gonna be so easy once I put my wraps on, that it was just and it was I came back really quick, but the first couple I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
I gotta adjust to them again.
with a good knee wrap, like a tight knee wrap, you can get some good carryover out of a knee wrap,
Wrap
like
mine
75
as tight
pounds.
as I can.
Oh no, you need to let me do it. Ask Larry Bush about me wrapping knees. I blistered the back of his leg, and he posted it on Facebook, and he got the record after he squatted it. Oh, yeah. Next
Yeah,
question.
but then I'd have to depend on you at a meet. If I had to depend on you, that the timing of wrapping is very, very delicate. And if I couldn't find, if I had to depend on you and hunt you down.
At a meet, it's I'm a high commodity there. I'm in high demand. Yeah.
So I kind of need to be able to depend on myself.
Yeah.
With the
Okay.
wraps.
Sorry about that.
I know.
Well,
I know.
we'll move on.
Moving to the next question.
Read their name,
Jerry
please.
Cool.
Jerry Cool.
That's awesome. I wish that was my name. Got 620 to a board in 2-ply Bench Daddy Easy Shirt first time in it. Previous PR 550. Looking to get 700 in 3-ply. Happened today. Wanted to brag a little. Have you decided what shirt to use in March? Nice job, Jerry Cool.
Damn,
That's
Jerry. Yeah.
Very impressive.
Bench Daddy 2-ply. I think you'll really like the 3-ply. Rob Gormas on our team has a 56 triple-ply, and it's what I wanted to get from Womack, but he opted to send me a 4-ply, which I'm going to have to let the guys on my crew break in a little bit because it's a very extreme shirt. Did you want to know what shirt? Decided what shirt to use in March? Well, be honest with you, it might be multiple shirts. It might be shirt for lift 1, shirt for lift 2, and shirt for lift 3. That's kind of the way I want to do it, but it could be one shirt for 2 lifts, and then the third will be the money shirt, and that'll put everybody out of the contest shirt. That's my plan. Did I just tell everybody that? Let the cat out of the bag.
I mythed it.
Okay, good.
Can you
no, we're not
repeat
repeating it. No.
I need to know the secret.
There is no secret.
I was reading the
It's a plan.
questions. I didn't listen. Can you tell me again?
No. What's done
I'll
is
just
done.
replay it.
Okay, replay
I'll
it.
just watch this episode.
Remy Shirley has a question. Miss
Okay.
Ashley.
Let me find it here. Remy
That's
Shirley.
right. Try by the mouse.
Okay.
See it? See the cursor?
Fuck you guys. We're always a jacked couple, but I feel like you guys have cranked it up a few notches really fast, very inspiring, and I love seeing your guys' personal training clips. Aw,
Cool. Thank you, Remy.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. We appreciate that.
I'm trying to get as jacked as possible.
Nice.
Jacked as F, like the kid said on Coeur d'Alene Beach. I was jacked as F, and I started around like I was the cock of the walk.
You're a cock.
Oh.
Thank you, Remy, for
No
the
respect.
nice, kind comment. We really appreciate.
Three Stooges. Hey, hey, call the cops. Call 911. Oh wait, the police have been defunded. Uh-oh. No, we're not getting any help.
Uh-oh.
Next question.
So thank you, Remy. Howard Weingarten. Ryan, have you heard anything from Inzer about their new shirt?
Yep.
I still haven't seen it.
I took it upon myself to dial 1-800-222-6897, and I had a nice lady answer the phone. We talked briefly. I explained interest in the band shirt. She looked it up on the computer and forwarded my information to the manager, the current manager at Inzer Advanced Designs, and right now they are not in production. I think there were some prototypes out there, but they are not being produced yet. And I said I expressed interest because I want one, because Inzer knows how to make shirts, and I know that he's getting it together, and I think what he's making will be pretty damn good. And so it's I'm in the wait, but it's not being marketed or produced yet. Or there's a few prototypes out there, but I have not seen it. I've seen a picture of it on Facebook, and that's about it. It looks interesting, and it looks like something I want to wear, and I love those shirts. What can I say?
Corey McMillan just subscribed. This man needs more subs.
Oh, I appreciate that, Corey. Yeah, I never say like, subscribe. I just we just get on here and ramble, and we talk lifting, and if you're into that sort of thing, and hopefully some people can come away with some teachings that spew out of this mouth of excellence, and
Oh God,
30-some years of what?
Your fucking big head under control here.
It's getting bigger.
Jeez.
Well, my neck is.
I
too.
apologize, guys,
Yeah.
for that display of egotistical
Well, I like to give back.
bullshit.
Hey, who was I talking to tonight at the gym? Nathan, well, young kid. He's 21.
Nathan.
Me and Mike Miner were
Oh,
talking to him.
yeah.
He wants to be a 3 lift lifter. I was laying down the rules of what he should do,
And
and
you were talking to somebody about 3 lift.
Yeah,
lifting?
I know about deadlifting and squatting and benching, and I'm just trying to help the kid. I want him to go in the right direction, and I want him to benefit from the things that I have to teach him.
About squat and deadlift.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man,
Is anybody else's concern?
you weren't
because-
around back in the day when I had a good back and I could squat, and I was squatting
back when
725 with
dinosaurs ruled the earth?
no,
Right
it was
now?
2001. There was no dinosaurs then. Dumbass. Okay. T has a question.
T. Pressifer. The Jacked crew is back. Ashley, make sure you keep the bench monster in check. LOL. Always. I'm
She's
here
just
to
a
keep
little
this
person,
little bastard in check.
but she's strong. She's got grip strength.
Stronger than. Are you gonna deadlift 935 plus a
No.
chain?
No, I can't do that.
And it's more than that. It's actually.
Hey, but by the way, we have a benefit contest this weekend it's called Deadlift and Bench for Doggies for the Humane Society.
Yes.
I was gonna
come
do
check
it.
it out.
I was gonna do it. It's at Icon
Did you tell
Fitness.
Nate that he has to do bench?
Well, the thing, yeah, because I thought I was gonna be able to just bench and win something, but you actually got to do bench
Or that
and
yeah.
deadlift for a Wilks formula, and I'm like, I don't want to deadlift. I just want to bench. Who do I got to beat on the bench? So I figured out who's all doing it, and I'm just like, okay, go to the Wilks calculator. What do I got to do? And
But if you're not gonna you're gonna be going against somebody who's also gonna deadlift. Like, why would you?
I know. I'm not interested now.
Like,
I don't want to
you
deadlift.
either need to deadlift, you need to push pull, or but don't bench only.
That's what I wanted to do. I want to bench only and win.
I know,
That's
but
what I do.
if somebody else gets to deadlift,
I know they'll beat
then
me. That's
they
why I'm
can
not
go up
interested
there and
anymore.
Deadlift, something.
But it's for a good
tiny
cause,
and-
though, and I like to show up and watch.
We can still show up and watch, and if there's anything to buy or donate, like
Yeah.
we
I got
can
coin.
We'll support the good cause.
That's right. Because it's for
You
doggies.
could do push pull. That would
Why
be
isn't it for cats? I've been to Humane Society, and they have cats, too. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I
Yeah.
guess because deadlifts for doggies rings
Well,
nicer. It'll go for cats. I mean, it'll go for everybody.
cat people here, so.
I think we are cat people. We love cats.
but you want to get
We're animal people. We love all
Yeah.
animals. I want to get a couple dogs too.
a couple dogs?
Okay, one dog. I would compromise for one. You don't want to be lonely though. But I think Tank and a
Noah's
good
Ark
puppy
here? God. Okay.
I was gonna say. Oh, we were talking about the meat. I was gonna say something, but I lost it.
Okay. Well,
So we're going, but you're not. Are you still thinking about doing it? Would you?
No.
Would you deadlift?
no. I don't want to pull 315. I don't care. I'm not a deadlift. I don't train it.
So you pull 5 plates.
Huh? I probably could do it and rip a hamstring,
Yeah.
but I'm not interested. So,
We'll go and support it
Yeah.
though.
okay.
Okay. We can move to the next question.
Yeah.
Um.
You're at Jerry Cool here.
Very cool. Also, I'm about to turn 22 in a couple weeks. If you could go back and tell yourself anything, what would it be? Anything different?
Just like one sentence.
Probably as many as you want. Like if you
Uh,
were going to tell your 22-year-old self something
God, when was 22? 96?
a long time ago. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Well, first thing I would
I
have
don't
said
even know if I was in
is
school yet.
cut the drinking out, because I was working my ass off in the gym and drinking 40 ounces and running up and down the street. Well, I can't go into that. Yeah, probably cut the drinking out. And then I would say, hey, this is how you need to train, because I'm from the future and it took you 14 years to get to 1,000-pound bench. What I have to tell you right here is what I'm going to tell you is you're going to do it in 7 years. Here's how you're going to do it. And I would lay down everything that I would need to know to do it the correct way, because back in the day, I didn't have a coach. There was nobody telling me how to do this. There was no internet. It was Muscle and Fitness magazines and Powerlifting USA and a few articles in there, and you kind of had to learn how to train on your own. But I was crazy, and I just wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best in my local gym, in the state, in the nation, then across the pond, all the way around the world. So it was an obsession, a healthy one, somewhat. But that's what I would tell myself: cut the drinking out and train like this, and disassociate yourself with people who don't share the same passion as you. Why hang out with somebody that? And I had a friend, did math and shit, and it's not conducive to my lifestyle and my training. So I don't call him and F him, because get out of my way. You're hindering my ability to move forward in what I want to do. So scat. Next question, please. Well, hey, about to turn 22. Jerry, happy birthday if we don't see you between now and your birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Hope it's a good one.
Yeah.
Hope you get to do everything you want and get lots of cool stuff.
One Rep Max.
One Rep Max. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Hope you had a great week.
Same to you, One Rep Max.
You did also. Thank you for joining us. By the way, finally got to try out my Inzer denim. Is it cool if I send you the video later? Of course. I can totally tell it's a little loose since I couldn't lock out my right arm. Maybe I did something wrong. Yes, the green Atlas is super aggressive. I got it on Facebook group and can't even spread it. Ha ha ha. Okay, got it. Get back to work. Love you guys.
One Rep Max
Thanks,
sent me.
One Rep Max.
One Rep Max sent me a picture of his Inzer denim, and I gave him some advice, and it looked a little bit big in the chest panel because he was able. The picture he sent, his arms are out like this, and I think I like to see his video. So please send me your video, and don't let that super aggressive slingshot discourage you. You need to have somebody push out your arms on that because it is aggressive, but it works phenomenally. Ashley, you have a question.
Alex Estrada. Ashley, how did you get involved with powerlifting?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a
Tell the story.
That's a good question. The whole story.
The whole story. They want to know. I want to know.
You know how I got into powerlifting? Well, it started with getting into the gym in general.
Okay.
First. So when I was like 19, I think, I got in a little bit of trouble.
Really?
Yes. I liked to party and have a good time. And I was at a party one night and it got broke up with police officers, and I was 19, so I was under the age. And long story short, I got in trouble. And it wasn't the first time that I had gotten in trouble. So my parents were kind of sick of it. Mm-hmm. And they said, you're either going to join a gym or get a job. Because I was going to CBC. So I was going to school, but other than that, I apparently had too much time to be getting into trouble. So my dad said I was either going to join the gym or get a job.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't really want to get a job yet. I was like, I have been wanting to get back in shape. I was starting to, get a little heavy. And so that was my decision. And so my dad took me to the gym he was going to at the time, which happened to be, the time it was Life Quest Kennewick,
yep.
But it soon turned into Starfit and then 509.
Yep.
And this particular gym just so happened to be the gym that this guy was at. And after working out there for a couple months, my dad was also the same person that picked out, right? Me and my dad would work out together. My dad was the one that showed me the ropes and kind of got me started. So once I joined the gym with him, we would work out together. And I remember one Wednesday, I used to come down on Wednesdays sometimes. You're over by the cables. And he was like, see that guy over there? That's Ryan Kennelly. He bench presses, I think at the time it was 1070.
1070.
He's like, that's the world record bench presser. And kind of pointed out Ryan. And instantly I thought that was the coolest thing. So long story short, once I knew who Ryan was, I ended up I'm not going to go into the whole story, but I started talking to Ryan. I would go on Sundays and watch them. That was the day they would do their heavy bench. Back then was Sundays, and they had their whole powerlifting team. That was back when Paul was there, Russell Petty, Jason Payne, James Getchell, all those guys. Yep. And they were doing their thing, and I would watch it from a distance, and it looked so cool. Like when they'd load up 1,000 for him, like it got so intense, and there were like 8 guys handing off, and he was like sniffing the stuff, and it all looked so cool and so intriguing. And so I ended up approaching him at one point, and the rest is history. I won't go into the whole...
Yeah, I told you when you came up to me that you were going to do a meet in 2 weeks.
Well, not the first time that I But we started training together, and yeah, you signed me
4
up
weeks.
and said it was.
Yeah. And
it was less than 4. I think it was even less than 4 weeks.
yeah.
Because I met you at the beginning of August, and the meet was August 23rd.
And then
Maybe it was July.
I just like bench, and then all of a sudden you decided you were going to deadlift. And
that was years down
later,
the road,
yeah.
though. I did bench only
A lot.
for several years.
Yeah.
And then I think 2000. God, I'm not sure what year I did my first full power meet. It was back when Cody Hyatt was putting on the USPA meets, I think.
Long time ago.
I think it was like 2010. But anyways, I was sucking at bench only because I suck at bench. So to be a bench press specialist was not working for me. And so I don't Susie DeRossi. Susie was the one that I saw doing full power, and I saw her doing the squat, and I saw her open with 315 on the deadlift and thought that was the coolest thing ever. And so she was kind of the one that made me want to try a full power meet. I think that was like 2010 or 11, something like that. Anyways, I did one full power meet and fell in love, and I
been doing it ever
never
since.
did a bench only again. Yep, I was like, dude, this is my jam. I love doing all three. And so
did some backyard meets, and the next thing you know, you're at the Arnold Classic.
Yep, got to go to the
I mean, that's the
and
the
I
pinnacle.
also got to go to the LA Fit
Expo.
Expo too, and that was
That's
a pretty
true, too.
big, that was pretty cool. And
Yeah, you're moving
got
up in
to
the world.
compete with Gracie V and Susan Salazar.
I'm impressed. Who would ever thunk?
So that's kind of even though it sounded kind of long and blabbery, that's kind of the short version of how I got into it and met Ryan and all that stuff. But yeah, that is how I got involved with powerlifting. So basically, getting in trouble and making one big mistake when I was like right out of high school when I was younger. My parents handled it like amazing, making me join the gym ended up being one of the greatest things that happened to me. I mean, it changed the whole course of my life. Yes, that includes you too, yeah.
So it's like a fork in the road. Your life was going
huge,
this way, and you took that fork in the road, which...
Yeah, if they would have just said, you're grounded for a month, or you're grounded for life.
Made a bad decision that led to a golden brick road.
The consequence was like such a productive, we're just... it was such a good natural consequence. Yeah. Like, you're just, we're going to give you something to occupy your time. And
the reason you're sitting next to me is because you do the same things I do. Things in common. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here.
You'd still want me.
Well, we'll see. Okay.
But anyways.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
That was like a trip down memory lane.
It totally was.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
Good question, man.
That was a really good question.
Ashley appreciates getting some questions, too.
I do. I was supposed to, there were supposed to be a bunch of girls from the last meet we went to that said they were going to come on and ask me questions.
Yeah, every talk's a good game.
Yeah, we met several girls, and we were talking about how, we'd love to have some more females chime in, walk the show and chime in, but I have not seen any reach out yet. So hopefully we're still crossing our fingers to get some girls. But thank you, Alex, for asking me a question.
That was cool. Yeah, great question.
That was a fun one to answer, to go back.
Cody Plum.
What's up, Cody? Just got done squatting with Mike Burns.
Mike Sport Burns.
Nice.
Hey, Cody, I was perusing through Facebook yesterday and today. Hard to find any lifting videos. I was looking for your competition benches. I was gonna showcase them tonight, man. But Facebook is full of nothing right now, really. If you ever, just a lot of Corey McMillan at the bottom.
Oh, because okay. Ryan said my name, 50-pound bench PR next week. Rawr!
Get it done, Corey.
Nice, Corey. Tiny Meeker. Hi, Tiny.
Tiny Meeker in the house.
Wow.
1942.
Gym or a job? Really, Dad? This is a hard one. The gym. Love it. I know. I think he figured that's what I was going to choose, and I think that he was happy to have me in the gym and working out with him. He's the one that taught me he's the one that completely got me started and taught me all the basics. And so gotta thank him for that. Definitely. Yeah. That was a very important fork in the road. And
hey, and then when I met you, what about the story how I was 350 pounds and ate what I want, did what I want, and I said, this is how I live. And on our first night out and about in my car, I'm pulling into Sonic because I want chili dogs and chili cheese fries. and you wouldn't let me have that.
No, I used to I was like really strict back then.
Yeah, strict eater
was
here.
like,
Help
moment
me.
on the lips, forever on the hips.
I don't care about
We
my
eat
hips.
for fuel, not pleasure.
I eat for pleasure back then. I got pictures of it. It doesn't look
Those were my
pretty,
two mottos.
but weight
and I
moves
was pretty
weight,
strict.
and yeah, I just
not quite as much anymore because I
Yeah.
don't think it's super necessary.
Yeah.
But yes, that was when and from then on, you instantly you started cutting weight.
Yeah, that's
quite
when I
a
got
bit,
my
eating health. Well, you just got healthier because
yeah.
you were not
yeah.
you were out of breath.
Well, it's
mowing your yard. Walking.
Yeah.
You got in really good shape when you first got together with me.
Yeah. Well, my 1075 came at 305 body weight, which I cleaned up my food a little bit for that.
Right.
So.
Well, and even before didn't you go down to 275?
I've been known to fluctuate. I don't know. Yeah, I probably got that low too.
But you got.
But I get
real
picked on. I get
lean
picked
and
on when I'm
you
275
were
when I
much
walk
healthier.
around. I can't get picked on. People think I'm just a small guy at 275. Can't have it.
People thought you looked great.
I know. Okay.
People thought you looked really good.
Jason Gillian's Power Gym. Is Jason Payne and Nikki around still? Yeah, they are.
They are. I don't see them at our gym. Like when COVID started, they got like a setup at home, I think. So I haven't actually gotten to see them at the gym in a while, unfortunately, because I really like both of them. But I see like Nikki's still posting on Facebook and stuff, and they're still around. Just don't get to see them very much, which is a bummer. I used to enjoy getting to see her.
Well, I think
at the gym.
Jason's racing.
Yep, Jason's into like racing.
Some type of cars on a track. I don't know.
I'm not sure what you call.
I don't either. But he
races cars and it looks pretty cool.
A little bit different hobby.
So yeah, I think they're doing really good. They got married a little while back, I think, and I think they're doing really good. I'd like to see them. I miss Nikki and Jason.
Alex Estrada.
Alex Estrada, Ashley, that was fantastic. You still look like you're 19. Oh, thank you.
She's 21 now.
I like it when I get carded. It makes me feel good. Ever since I turned 30, I really
don't get
feel
carded.
old. When I get carded, it makes me feel really good. So thank you, Alex. I appreciate that.
Howard
Weingarten. I saw that question about the 2-ply bench, Daddy. I have one and love it. Got over 700 to one board. I have found a trick. If I pull up even further than the SDP in the arms, it really works great.
So I'm assuming pull up further means he's pulling the sleeves up. Pull up further or pull down. Because I was talking to Keith Odell on Facebook, and he was going to send. I asked him because he posted a video recently doing 800 pounds in a Rob Farrell shirt to a one board, and I messaged him, and he mentioned something about torquing the shirt down. Now he pulls the neckline down. This is a little different, but I asked him about the sleeves, what he does to the sleeves, and I believe he pulls the sleeves down to make the shirt more aggressive. So pulling the sleeves all the way up obviously would make it somewhat easier to touch, and I've experienced that myself. I don't have a 2-ply bench, Daddy. I have a 4-ply, so it's a little extreme.
Cody Plum. I did 635 to a 3-board last week with my bolt shirt.
Damn, son.
Nice.
Son of a
Wow.
bee. Good job, Cody.
That's impressive.
Scene Tavald.
Isn't it Sean?
Well, Sean, yeah.
Sean, your name's Sean, right? Because he always says scene, and I really feel like that's a
Well,
horrible reading error.
Well, my
but
middle
before
name.
Before I make fun of him too much for reading it that way, I want to make sure it's Sean, right?
My middle name is Sean, and it's S-H-A-W-N.
Which is a weird way to spell it. That's the way that you see it a lot.
Okay.
Like,
well,
which when I was growing up and I'd see it on my classmates' name tags, I didn't make sense. But
what's the correct?
These days, it is Sean, right, Sean?
Sean Tavald.
We need you to settle this.
Not Scene.
If you're still watching, it's not Scene, right?
I haven't seen Scene very long.
I need you to confirm that so I can make fun of this poor reading.
Hey, my middle name is Sean. Don't make fun of me. Okay.
So you'd think you'd recognize it. I'm a little embarrassed.
He's gonna get his video.
So Scene. Right on, guys. I'll try and get a video. I appreciate that, Ashley. Yeah, it will be a learning curve again. Awesome, yeah.
And Cody Plum, yes.
We'll check it out.
I'm jumping here. Cody Plum, yes, please. Send me your videos.
Yep, sounds good. Totally.
So always look for stuff to post on here, and And you know, it's I don't randomly just pick things. I just kind of scroll through Facebook 3 days out, and if I see something, I save it to my Facebook, and then when Wednesday night, Thursday morning come around, I put them on here.
Sean Connery.
I was talking.
I know, but I was
Sean
right.
Connery passed away. I know that.
He did?
Yeah.
When? That's not what he's
5
saying.
days ago. I know, it's Sean Connery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go, proceed with what you're saying. Now my mind's blown.
Is Mark Bell slingshots relevant for equipped training? I have Mark Bell slingshots and they work great. Relevant for equipped training.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just one thing bad about those is they take a little extra time to put on. He's spitting on the floor over there.
McAuliffe.
So some of these slingshots, you just stick your arms in, you can go. That one in particular, you kind of have to cinch them up, and it works great though. I got 2 of them and love them. Alex Estrada.
Ryan, do you know what the drug-free equipped world record is on the bench?
I'm assuming James Henderson. I would assume that's the all-time drug test. I'm not sure. What is he talking about? The drug-free equipped world record. Oh wait, equipped. I was thinking raw. Drug-free equipped. Tiny Meeker. I don't know. God, who else is out there? Equipped.
Not sure.
I know Henderson
It
was.
would have to be that one, Nick.
The Tiny's. It's not me. Don't know. I'm rooting for Tiny.
I would assume it's
Yeah.
Tiny.
Okay,
Almost
Cody Plum.
Tiny. You're skipping over scene.
Sean.
So Sean Tvald. That part I might be
Yeah.
saying. Tvald. I think it's Tvald. But he says LOL as in
Sean Connery.
Connery.
Okay. I will never say scene again.
Scene.
I am sorry. I've been bad.
Every
it will
time,
not
'cause you've
happen
done it. I think
again.
I tell you that every time too.
I know.
I say, "Why are you saying scene?"
I don't know because I
Like-
just, yeah, it just.
Scene would be
I'm sorry.
SEEN. Screw.
Okay, sorry.
No, I mean,
Okay, what's Cody Plum talking about West Side?
I was right.
Yeah.
So just
You're right, I'm wrong.
gonna leave that there with you. Cody Plum. I wrote to Westside today and told them you and I want bulldog bars.
Did you really? Because I need one. You wrote to them or did you call?
say that Ryan Kennelly needs one?
Yes,
Is that
please.
how you worded it? Because that might
Somebody
help.
told me that West Side doesn't have. I need to call and talk to whoever answers the frickin' phone and say, hey, because I got a meet coming up and I need one of those bars. And I'm glad you wrote. Let me know what happens, Cody, because I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. It's like the first thing I'm gonna do is get on that. Got a lot of things cooking right now.
Yes, up in the armpits. Thanks for the new tricks of pulling the neck and the arms down. You just said I need to try that.
Hey, you skipped over Bruce Mason. That is not fair.
All right. Oh, how
Right
did...
here. Yeah, right over it.
Oh, I don't know. How
Sorry,
I did
Bruce.
that. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I
Do I
don't...
need to do like this on the middle? Oh, ow, dang.
And what did I catch you doing
I'm
the
gonna-
other day? You were drinking out of the milk in the middle of the day
I was.
also.
I was.
And I got to do this.
Yeah, I was.
That's fun.
I'm calling the cops. This is abuse.
I know you're not reacting. Like...
This is domestic violence. I don't need this shit. I'll put you in jail. And you ain't getting no bail. I know the cops around here. They're cool with me. Oh, next
Yeah,
question.
I'm sure they're great with you.
Bruce Mason.
Bruce Mason. Sorry that I skipped you, Bruce. Bruce Mason. Looking to bench my first 1K.
That's 1,000.
I know I was making sure I read it right.
Yeah.
All right. In a SDP in the spring and follow in the Benchmonster footsteps one day. Took 965 to a 1BD.
Hey, Bruce, send me that video. I'll post my email on here. Send me that video. I'll put it on the show. That's an impressive lift right there. And if you don't mind, I can add it to the show. It's next week. And any of you guys have videos, squat, deadlift, bench, strict curl, anything kind of cool, don't be ashamed. Send it to my email, and I'll put it on here. I'm always looking for little video content to put in the beginning of the show to get the show warmed up. And it don't matter if it's 135 to a one board, if that's what you do. If you do a 1,025 to a, just whatever you got, man. Always look forward to content, just love to spice up the channel here. So definitely like to see that.
Howard Weingarten. Yes, up in the armpits.
Yep.
Thanks for the new tricks of pulling the neck and the arms down. You just said I need to try that.
Yeah, that's if you want to make the shirt more aggressive, obviously.
William Jones. Have you ever or will you ever go on the Mark Bell Powercast podcast?
Yes.
Or go to the super training.
William, here's the thing. Mark Bell and Scott Mendelson did a little show a while before the Arnold, and Mendelson picked on me a little bit, and I ran into Mark Bell. Get off your phone. We're on a show here. There's nothing to check. I was at the Arnold when Julius was benching. Mark Bell was there, and I said, Mark Bell, I said, when are you going to let me come on your show and counterpoint some of the Mendelson conduct that was on your show? And he laughed, and he took my information down and said he would get a hold of me. So at some point, we'll head down. Where's he at? Sacramento?
I think so.
Yeah, somewhere. And I love to be on a show. I got a lot of stories to tell. And I like the Mendelson.
So cool. I really want to go to his gym.
I like the Mendelson story where he talked about getting in trouble, being in prison a little bit, and the twists and turns of his crazy life, because I got some twists and turns in my crazy life too. So ups and downs, in and outs, and I think it'd be fun to go on there and shoot the shit.
It would be.
So
very cool.
I'll have to send him a reminder that I would love to be on his show.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Definitely. That'd be so cool. We need to go down there anyways.
Yeah.
And you could actually do a face-to-face interview instead of just
That'd be cool.
Yeah, go down there. Cody Plum, I told them on Instagram. Okay, perfect.
I don't know who monitors that
Tiny.
site on Instagram.
I'm sure somebody does, don't you think? Hopefully.
Somebody.
Hopefully.
Tiny's got something about bars.
Getting new bars very soon. I will let you know what we will use. Texas Power Bars. And he also says 1,000 SDP, awesome. Need more in the club.
Yeah. But the problem is, Tiny, is we're using a thicker diameter bar. We're not using a regular diameter bar. So that's one of my. We actually benched with a heavy duty squat bar, 55-pound squat bar last week, and I don't know if it was just the day, but that bar felt really good in my hands. Don't do that on the show ever again.
Well, nobody even knew what I was doing.
I know what you're doing. You
had to bring attention to it. It looks like I was scratching my chin.
No, you're popping a pimple on my frickin' show. Never again.
On our show?
Yeah.
If I want to pop a freaking pimple on our show.
Ladies, don't do that. Okay. Next.
Well, I just like
you know what it's from? It's from wearing that freaking mask all the time.
I think it is. I have a couple down here.
Yeah.
I have like two.
She's got to wear a mask like all day at school, and I understand that.
I wear one from 8:15 to 3:15, and then on days where I have gymnastics, I wear one from 4 to freaking 9.
Yeah.
So
you're
on Monday and Tuesday, I literally wear it that long. I think it's.
You're getting abrasions or something. Okay.
But this is a straight, this is a zit though. Like it's ready to pop. That's why. And I just kind of realized it was there. Well, I knew it, but I remembered, and so.
Alex has a great question right now.
Oh, did more come through?
Yeah, more came through while you were picking your face.
Ashley, how can your bench suck when you have the Benchmonster next to you? I don't know. I guess some people are talented and can do it, but can't teach. I am going to continue to play the card that I had shoulder surgery. My bench was a lot better. It's never been my best lift, but it was respectable. It was a lot better. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the knife out of my back and give it back to you. I can't reach it. I'm too freaking buff.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you were over here.
Yeah. Oh.
Because you were so happy that he insulted me.
You want some rock salt and 151 to pour in that wound back there where you twist it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do.
Get them.
No respect.
Anyways.
Worse than my cat.
My answer is that my bench was a lot better. It's never been my best, but it was better. Yeah. And then I had shoulder surgery on my right arm, and I just never came back to quite as strong as I was.
Yeah.
So I was pretty close to that 200 mark that I have dreamed about for the last 12 years. And then
surgery made it worse.
And then once I had my, not long after that, I had my surgery, and I had to start completely back over. Like I had to start over to the point like I couldn't even do the bar at one point. I remember the first time that I got permission to go to the gym and start doing pressing movements again. I was like, okay, like I thought I was being smart, and I was like, okay, well I'll go and do like 3 sets of 15 with just the bar, just get some blood in there. Like I didn't intend to do any more than the bar. I was just gonna do a bunch of reps, get lots of blood in there. And I took the bar out and I took it down and I like couldn't even press it. I felt horribly disgusting, and I had to just like roll up with it, and I was like broken.
Yeah.
Like I could not do the bar. Like
sometimes when these doctors want to cut you open, it's never the greatest thing.
And like it made my shoulder, like the pain, like the pain went away
never been the same.
But my strength has never came back to it. Like I had to literally start completely over. Like I said, at one point I could barely press the bar.
But
I had to put a 2 board on and finished my sets that day with the bar and a boards. I was like, did I seriously just use a 2 board for the bar? Oh my God.
But Alex, there's a flip side to that coin. Before all that happened, you were quite the bench presser.
I was better.
Yeah,
I was pretty close to
190. Yeah, for getting close to
190
200.
was my best.
Yeah.
And I tried 200 at that meet on my 3rd attempt. And I moved it, but I didn't quite get it. But it was like there, like I was really, really close.
I think you can inch it back.
I had done it in training.
Yeah, we'll keep working.
So I'm hoping that eventually, like, the last several months has been like the best that it's felt. Because normally it just kind of goes through these stages where like as soon as I've used a little too much, it just starts to really ache. And like the last couple months, I really haven't had that. So I'm hoping that like if it can be healthy and feel good for a long enough time, I can start to build progress. Because that's part of the problem is like my strength will start to be going the right direction, and then my shoulder starts aching again. Like I overuse it or something happens and it starts to really hurt again. So I have to back off. And
another 10 years, you'll be like Jennifer Weed Thompson and be doing 315 raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can.
Thanks, girl.
Yeah.
Maybe with the shirt.
Well,
maybe the finger ply.
We'll see. Jerry Cool. I like Jerry Cool's name.
I know, I do too. I have watched Scott Mendelson's podcast with Mark Bell almost 467 times. Would love to see you, Ryan, on it too when you do make it a 4-hour one.
Believe me, when I ramble and get into storytelling mode,
easily, if not 5 or 6.
I've got some crazy off-the-wall things through my life that would be fun to talk about. Cody Plum, did they fix the bench? No, they did not. I'm pretty sure it's the same pins in it, but the gym did move to a new location, and I believe they got the Metal Militia bench back out that we used to bench on. If you go back and look at my videos from February before COVID took over the earth, we were benching on a Metal Militia bench, and sometimes a Forza bench right next to it, but I believe the Metal Militia bench is back, and that's what we'll be using at that gym. Tiny Meeker.
It's a custom Texas power bar everyone will love. Working on 2 new designs. Cool. Alex Estrada, ouch. I was talking about my surgery, maybe.
Yep. Scott Strong. I like that name too.
You guys got some cool names up in
Jerry
here.
Cool.
What are your guys' thoughts on Nevada right now?
They can't count. All I know is people can't count, or they're taking their time. I don't know anything.
I don't even know what to think.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
They can't count.
I don't know what my thoughts are. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought we'd have a president by now.
Crazy.
Isn't it time?
Can
8 o'clock?
Believe this? This is so wild.
Well, wow, we're at the end of the list. Awesome.
We are.
Yeah, dinner time. Thank
you guys for all the questions and comments.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. We eat dinner whenever we want to, right?
Sorry, Jerry's saying it is his legal name.
Jerry Cool is his legal name? Cool.
Yeah, he said not to flex, but it really is my legal name. That's awesome. That's even better. Because I wondered that. You guys are looking good, super fit. Thank you, Scott Strong. We appreciate it.
I'm losing some of my vascularity, but I have to make sacrifices to make gains. I have to put on a little bit of body fat. So I'm going to get a little bit unpleasant to look at. But, when the meet's over and spring approaches, I'll be hitting the streets and looking like a bodybuilder again. Looking forward to that. Yeah. But right now I want to get strong. So I want to be super strong.
It's important to be strong.
Yeah.
Strength is important.
Strength's all that matters right now, and putting up 1,000 pounds continuously is my goal. So that's what we're doing. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we'll do it next week. Hopefully we have a guest. I got a
We're
few.
thinking we might have a guest next week.
I got a few things in the fire.
Fingers in different
Pots.
pies.
A man who wears many different hats and has fingers in many different pies. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be back next week, and the country will be in a new place, and we will have a guest on here of some sort or some. Hopefully, I know who it's going to be, but I'm not going to mention names. I have to make some calls first, and then we'll make that happen. But until then, be nice to one another, be safe, and stay positive, and send me some training videos so I can put them on the show. Don't be shy. I'm just the Benchmonster. That was good. You should cut out my tongue. The Benchmonster. What the hell was that?
Are you stroking?
Caesar salad. Yeah, falling apart.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez.
Anyway, everybody, we'll talk to you later, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Good night, everybody.
See you next Thursday.